And joining us now on our Book Talk segment, great to welcome in, has put together a very interesting book as we head into graduation season, particularly in the universities around the country. It's called Remembering Who We Are, a treasury of conservative commencement addresses. We're joined today by Zev Chafets, who has also been a columnist for New York Times Magazine, also the Daily News in New York, and he joined us by telephone. And Zev, good to talk with you. How are you today?
Nice to talk with you. I'm good. How are you?
Pretty good. I saw you tonight on with Hannity, so congratulations on the success of the book. Just came out as we had, as I said, heading into graduation season. I enjoyed reading through some of these speeches that different folks have made. A kind of interesting topic or subject for you.
Yeah, it was very interesting, and of course I had the opportunity to edit this book, and it's the first one I've ever edited, and it meant that I got to publish the thoughts of 30 people who were smarter than I am, which was very enjoyable.
This is the season, as we said. It's not only interesting thing for the students at the colleges and universities, but it's also a pretty good moneymaker. A lot of these speakers get good fees, don't they, to go around to the universities?
They do, and it's part of the intellectual industrial complex. All of the speakers at the major universities, liberals, progressives, virtually all, and they hire each other, and they pay each other a lot of money. It's a good gig.
Also, a bit controversial, at least the last few years. We've heard of some of the colleges. I think, was it Condoleezza Rice not too long ago? She was kind of turned down, right, for speaking at a college because she's conservative, obviously. But that's becoming an issue, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a big issue. It's one of the reasons I wrote this book, especially after Ayaan Hirsi Ali was disinvited by Brandeis. She's one of the world's great, human rights activists. Well, it's not, simply a few universities. It's basically all of the most prestigious universities and all of the many less prestigious universities that are influenced by them. And it's a way of establishing that conservatives are not respectable intellectually. Only liberals are. And Republicans aren't welcome, only Democrats are. And it's a kind of censorship that Mike Bloomberg, who was the mayor of New York and is not in any way a conservative, called McCarthyism. It's left-wing McCarthyism. And it's both ugly and it's dangerous for American society because it means that only one point of view is considered to be politically correct or respectable, and it's a very dangerous thing that they're doing.
Yeah, I agree with you. I don't know when this started. It seems like within the last 15, 20 years that this has happened. I don't know if it's always kind of been more that way, but we're hearing more about it now. Do we know why this has become this way, particularly with, like you said, the major universities?
Yeah, I think it's because the faculties at some of these universities have adopted ideological positions which are not very easily defended intellectually, and they're afraid of people who will come and challenge them. And so they have the means to exclude them. It's a very simple thing. But if you look at the people that I've chosen for this book, it's a dream team of conservatives. It includes Nobel Prize winners and Pulitzer Prize winners and people who are presidential candidates and people who are running major corporations and making major intellectual contributions. And they simply are either non-persons insofar as these universities are concerned.
I always thought, if you want to say it's down the middle, 50% of these universities were being supported by conservative money. They should at least cater to that at least once in a while, right?
Well, I don't think that many universities are being supported by conservative money. I mean, the evangelical colleges, some of the Catholic universities and colleges, which are still conservative, do have conservative speakers. And occasionally there's a school in red state America who will invite someone. But of the list of the 60 leading universities in the U.S. News' list, I think it's fair to say that none of them are conservative or supported by conservative money. Yeah. Supported by either by their graduates or often by taxpayer money. But schools are very firmly in the hands of progressives and sometimes of far left progressives.
Yeah. some of the names and a chance to read through some of the speeches. One of my favorites was, speaking of conservative, Roger Ailes, who has done a tremendous job with the Fox News Network. I really enjoyed his speech.
Yeah, I love that speech. I was actually there for it. I wrote a biography of Roger Ailes, and I was in North Carolina at the journalism school when he gave it, and I asked him for permission to use it, and he was very kind about that. Roger essentially invented the fair and balanced alternative to, liberal media in this country, and he made a tremendous contribution. I wish somebody would do something like that in the academic world, but so far nobody has.
Do you find, when you put this book together and going around to different universities, do the students care about these kind of things anymore? You always hear about young people under, 25 and under don't really get into the political end as much as maybe they did 30, 40 years ago.
Well, I think that students, first of all, I haven't gone to any universities. I haven't been invited to any, and I can assure you that I won't be.
Although maybe just visiting, the campuses for some of these speeches, but but the book is really. I can say this because I edited it. I didn't write it. I did it as a gift. I did it as something that someone can give to a graduate at graduation time and say, although you didn't see anyone on the podium who looks like you or like us, there are people. There is Justice Scalia and Justice Thomas and Roger Ailes and Ben Carson and, Professor Sargent, who has a Nobel Prize in economics, or George Will. All of these people exist. And you should, not be ashamed of your views because they're not wrong views. They're simply unpopular views with the university where you went, or to give it to someone who's going to college, so that they can be aware going in that there are two sides to the story. And I'm not advocating that universities only teach conservative principles or values. Quite the opposite. I'm merely saying that students need, and not just students, Americans in general, need to be aware of the fact that there is a very respectable, very intellectually compelling, very inspiring second story here. About what this country is, about exceptionalism, about its values, about its history, about its future, that goes unarticulated on graduation day at the leading colleges in the country. Yeah. Well, it's filled with many great speeches in here. Some of the names: Bill O'Reilly, P.J. O'Rourke. You have Dr. Ben Carson, who's of course been in the news a lot lately. George Will, Juan Williams, who isn't strictly conservative, more liberal, but I think he's more fair. So you got both ends of the spectrum in the book here. And the name is with us called "Remembering Who We Are," and we've been talking with Zev Chafets today. And Zev, do you have a website you want to direct people to?
I don't have a website. I'm not that 21st century yet, but the book is available in bookstores, and also it just came out 2 days ago, and also on Amazon and the other sites where books can be bought. And I encourage anybody who's got a graduation gift or who has a kid going to college, as I have a daughter going in the fall, to think about giving this. I wouldn't normally tout a book of mine this way, but this one is really the thoughts of 30 other people, and I highly recommend that you expose, if you can, you expose your graduates, your students, and so on to their thoughts as well.
Great. So I appreciate you taking a few minutes. Hopefully we can talk to you again. Thanks for joining us today.
My pleasure. Thanks very much.
If you'd like to order the book we're talking about, please go to DougMilesMedia.com and enter the author's name in the Amazon search box. Thank you for listening. Please come back soon for more conversations here at DougMilesMedia.com. This has been a presentation of Doug Miles Media, all rights reserved. You can listen to or download previous programs at iTunes, Stitcher.com, or Doug Miles Media.